Trends come and go, but yet it seems like we spend so much money on them. So today we're going to talk about the trends you should spend money on and the trends you shouldn't spend money on. All right, I consider myself a somewhat trendy person. You may disagree, and that's totally fine, but I love clothes. I love the latest gadgets. I love reality TV. I mean, all the things happening I like to keep up with. I mean, I'm not a regular mom. I'm a cool mom. Thank you, Mean Girls. Ugh, love it. But you have to realize, and so do I, that sometimes these trends cause us to waste money. And on this show, I don't want you guys to waste money. I want you to save money. So in this episode, I've teamed up with Women's Day to show you guys some really fun, inexpensive items that are trendy right now in the health space. And I also want to give you guys a brand new challenge that is going to save you money. So this is going to put money back in your pocket. So stick around for that. And I'm also so excited because, as some of you know, The Bachelor, it's a big part of my life. We actually have a real-life Bachelorette, Kaitlyn Bristowe, coming on because I want to drill her about what it's like being on reality TV and all of the financial decisions she had to make around that. And of course, I'm dying to ask her some questions just about The Bachelor. So make sure you tune into that. It's going to be really good. All right, let's jump right in. According to a recent study, Americans are wasting $18,000 on non-essential items a year. $18,000, guys, that could be going towards paying down your debt, retirement, or even your emergency fund. I mean, you could do so many things with that money. Could you imagine if you had that money saved in the bank, how much better you would sleep at night versus spending it on stuff that really doesn't matter? Well, I put together a list of categories of things that you do not need to spend money on, okay? And I've broken them down into 3 different categories. The first one, subscriptions, smartphone apps. Yep, they can get expensive. I may or may not have purchased a workout app that I thought you had to pay a little bit each month. No, they charged old Rachel's account the entire amount. So I got charged $109 for this dang workout app that later, come find out, it had workouts that basically you could get from the Nike app for free. But it just broke my heart. It still scarred me to this day. But we can waste a lot of money on apps. Even those games that you're addicted to, yeah, it's like, 99 cents to buy this thing here or that thing here. And it just seems harmless. But when you look, Americans spend almost $100 a year buying stuff in their mobile games. Yeah, it's crazy. Also, subscription boxes. Yeah, like Birchbox, Graze, Stitch Fix, BarkBox. Like, these are all really fun. They're super convenient. But if you're getting out of debt, especially, or saving up for your emergency fund, place that you can cut. Cable. I'm sorry to say it, but it's true. Things like cable, Hulu, Netflix, Amazon, YouTube TV, all of these subscriptions that are around, you can cut those because the average cable bill is $85 a month. That's over $1,000 a year. So remember, it's 2019. There's so many free or cheap options that you can have to watch TV. So look into that. And I even went and looked at the top 10 shows on TV right now, and 8 out of 10 of them are on free TV. So you don't need cable or a subscription to watch those. So you can keep up with the trends of all the great shows without spending all the money. All right, so the next category that you don't need to spend money on is in the financial space, okay? Timeshares. Oh, no. The average timeshare will cost you around $19,000, plus you have annual fees every year, and they are basically impossible to get rid of. People are always wanting out of timeshares and they can't get out. Now, if you're stuck in a timeshare and you really want to get out, there's an amazing company that will help you, Timeshare Exit. So I'll put a link in the show notes to link to them, so make sure to check them out. Also in the financial category is whole life insurance. We talk about life insurance on here a lot, but it's just true. Whole life insurance is going to cost you 10 times more than term life. Get out of here. Extended warranties. Research shows that if you need a repair on an appliance, majority of the time it is even outside the warranty time. So save that average $126 people usually spend on the extended warranty, put it back in your pocket. Last but not least in this category is the lottery. Yes, the average American spends $223 a year on the lottery, which equals $80 billion overall. And we all know the stats about the chances that you're gonna win the lottery, okay? It's not gonna happen. Let's just throw it out there. It's not gonna happen. So save your money there. And the last category you don't need to spend money on is when it comes to clothes and fashion. The average American spends $3,000 a year on clothes. I mean, how many times have you walked into your full closet and said, oh, I just don't have anything to wear? Yeah, it happens to me. I'm guilty of that. But you know what it comes back to? It's not that you don't have anything to wear. Obviously you do, but it's a heart issue. It's a contentment issue. And so contentment is a huge part of this money message, you guys. And so we put together a special bundle for this episode that pairs my contentment journal with my book, Love Your Life, Not Theirs, because they pair so well together. And again, it gets you in this place of practicing contentment. So you can check that out if you click the link in the show notes. And when it comes to clothes, really think through quality over quantity. There's some times that we think, oh, we just want a bunch of stuff. But it's stuff that, especially with clothes, like you wash it once or twice and it like is basically ruined. And you're like, oh man, because it was super cheap. Maybe you save up a little bit and you invest into some nice pieces. And then also, there's my biggest pet peeve when it comes to clothes. Things that you could really not spend money on and save some. And that is adult clothes for babies. So I've learned in motherhood to each its own. And I really do believe that. I really do. All the way from like, you wanna have a natural birth or an epidural, you wanna sleep train your baby, you don't. You, I don't know, wanna have your kid in the room with you till they're 12 years old or you want them up in the nursery. Like whatever the thing is, to each its own, whatever works for you. So this is strictly Rachel's opinion, but the amount of money we spend on babies and their clothes specifically gets me. And I'm telling you this out of personal experience. I experienced this with Amelia, okay? And not just clothes, but adult-like clothes for a child, for an infant. Yeah, I bought this beautiful dress from Janie and Jack from Amelia. It was like, the size was 0 to 3 months and it looked like a little Audrey Hepburn dress. I saw it on the hanger. I was like, oh my gosh, I would wear that if it was my size. It's so cute. I put it on her. She's like a month and a half. She can't even hold her head up in this dress that I bought that was like $40. I was like, this is the stupidest thing ever. So whenever I see little babies with shoes on and vests and hats and bow ties, it just kind of breaks my heart a little bit because I think that is an adult outfit that you just put on a baby and you just spent so much money on that outfit. That baby needs to be in a onesie. That's what that baby needs. So the rule of thumb for me is under 12 months old, baby. Yes, little boy, my rule is he gets to wear a smock. Yes, he does. 12 months and younger. He's a baby, okay? It's a baby, not an adult. Don't dress them like an adult. Once they hit 12 months and they, maybe can start walking, then it's cute. Then it's like, oh, okay, yeah, now you can wear all the adult stuff. But it's a great place that you don't have to spend money. Adult clothes for babies. All right, you guys, the time has come. Kaitlyn Bristowe is here. All right, if you are not familiar with her, she was on The Bachelor, and then she was chosen to be the Bachelorette. So the Bachelor entire franchise, yes, The Bachelor, Bachelorette, Bachelor in Paradise, all the things. I just love it. So I cannot wait to talk to her all about money and reality TV, and of course, reveal some of her secrets about being on the show. Guys, let's be real. Being a parent is hard work. Now that I have 2 daughters of my own, it feels like the to-do list never ends. And as every parent knows, your priorities change and you have to make important decisions for your child's future. That's why term life insurance is a must for every parent. It's so easy to get and it's affordable. What you're looking for is 10 to 12 times your annual income to make sure everyone in your family is taken care of. Winston and I use Zander Insurance. They do all the work for you to find the best prices and options. So go to Zander.com to get started on a quote today, because that's who we trust to take care of our family. Kaitlyn, thanks so much for being on.
Thank you for having me.
This is so fun. You're like the jackpot of all guests.
Which is funny because I feel like I don't like I have no business being in this world.
Whatever. Oh my gosh. No, you fit in this world so much easier than what you think.
I'm trying.
Okay, so when it comes to the show,
Yes.
I have so many questions.
Most people do.
I cannot wait to hear all this. Okay. Because when it comes to the financial side, as a viewer, that's like somewhat of the lens I look through because I can't help it. It's just like part of like how my mind works. So I'm watching it and I'm like, okay, you were on the side of the contestants of The Bachelor.
Yeah.
And then you were the Bachelorette.
Right.
So you have two different perspectives which are pretty different, right?
Very.
Okay. So when it comes to what you pay for, I'm going to be so nosy here, but what you pay for.
It's interesting stuff.
Yeah. So when you're a contestant, like what is provided for you and what do you have to pay for?
You pay for everything and nothing is provided for you. Like
Seriously.
I was living in Vancouver, and to even get a flight to go down, for one of my first auditions, I was taking care of it. I put myself up in the hotels.
No way.
Yeah. They're just like, if you want this, come get it.
Totally.
Yeah.
So that's all on your dime.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you get on the show, you go.
Yeah.
I see like all the luggage that all the all the contestants bring, all of that. You get no free clothes as a contestant.
Well, once you make it to a certain point, you get a little swag bag.
But all your clothes that you're wearing on one-on-ones and all of that, or group dates.
It was crazy the amount of money that I spent just to go into the show, because you don't know how long you're going to last. You could either be home night one, or you could be there for a solid 9 weeks. And it's like, you got to think of rose ceremony dresses and heels and jewelry, and these things aren't cheap. It's quite expensive and everything. It's crazy what goes into it. And yeah, you don't get anything.
Yeah. Do people go into debt for this stuff?
Oh, I did. Yeah. I don't know how you don't. I mean, I was working at a restaurant. I taught spin classes on the side. I was living in Vancouver, paying ridiculous rent. But yeah, it's a lot to think about when you're going away for that long, and national television and what everybody puts into it. And the show, no help.
Yes. Okay. So when you are the Bachelorette, is it the opposite? Like everything is provided for you?
I think I brought my pajamas and that was it.
Seriously.
Just a comfy pair of PJs, because everything is taken care of if you're the lead. You just pick from, you have wardrobe pickouts every week, and this is what I'm going to wear, and they can't tell you what the dates are, so they'll be like, you might be in a chilly helicopter. Okay.
Maybe, possibly in the mountains.
Hypothetically speaking, it's a helicopter. So they'll give you ideas, but all wardrobe to choose from. There's a stylist, there's a hair and makeup artist.
So it's like polar opposites from being a contestant to being like the lead.
Yes.
So fascinating. Yes. Okay. So, and I guess it depends on the person and their job, but like, do a lot of people have to leave their job? Because if you make it, you're out of work for 4 months of your current job, right?
It just depends. But some people lose their jobs. And then there is things like where I had a very casual job, and they were like, oh my gosh, great. People see your face on TV, bring them into the restaurant.
Yeah, totally. Like a marketing.
Exactly. They're like, go network.
That's right.
Yeah.
Totally. Yes. Okay. So after you're on a national show like this, obviously people recognize you. They know who you are. Do you find that like a lot of the contestants go back to their normal life? They go back to the job that they say, oh yeah, you can come back. They just move on with their normal life? Or do they take more of like the influencer spin? Like, how do you feel like people react?
It depends. For myself personally, I didn't want to go back to the restaurant.
Yes.
I was like, wow, what a blessing that I have this platform. I can turn it into a business. I can do things I'm passionate about. I can work for myself. So some people choose to go back to their job. And if that job was something that they're passionate about or something that they could go back to, a lot of people do. But majority people, I would say, try to take a run at the influencer thing because it just seems like a dream job. But
okay, that's so good. Now, so you get paid to be on the show as a contestant, do you?
No.
You don't?
No. So that's the worst part. You go into debt. You have no idea how long you're going to be on that show or if you're going to get your job when you come back, and you don't get paid $1. But yeah, it's crazy. But you don't get paid as a contestant. And then as the lead, you get paid quite a decent amount.
Sure, to do that. Okay, so you have 2 really fun business lines out. And your podcast is so fun.
Yeah, podcast
so
is
fine there.
Yeah, I mean, growing up, I always wanted to have my own radio show. And I actually have a photo of myself from 10 years ago writing down my goals in life, and I would post them on my mirrors. And I would just look at them every day. And it's funny now to think back. I'm like, oh, wait, look, I did that.
It happened.
Well, I mean, I didn't know about podcasting before, but it's
right.
You know, it's like a radio show.
Yes.
Yeah.
We talk about goal setting a lot.
Yeah.
But even the power of writing it down and what it does.
Manifesting is everything.
It's so true.
Yeah.
Oh, Kaitlyn, thanks for coming on.
Oh my gosh,
seriously,
thank you for having
I know
me.
this was like, I bombarded you with all Bachelor questions,
That's
but
okay.
all the fans, it's like every question every fan wants to know. So fun. We met on doing the podcast.
And I hang out here more often.
Come back, Kaitlyn. Come back.
It feels good.
Oh, well, thanks for being on.
Thank you so much for having me.
No, I'm so glad Kaitlyn came by. That was so much fun. And that wasn't even half of it. That's right. She ended up dishing more about her Bachelor secrets that wouldn't fit in here. So make sure to check out my podcast because it's all there. If you're a fan of The Bachelor, trust me, you're going to want to check it out. Up next, I was in New York, so I stopped by the Women's Day offices to look at some really fun, new, affordable, trendy products that actually could be worth spending your money on. Hey guys, I'm here in New York at Women's Day's headquarters with Editor-in-Chief Susan Spencer. And you're back, Susan.
Hi. Hey, Rachel. Thanks for having me. This is great.
Being back on the show. Last time you were here, you did some Great Value Awards, and it was a hit.
Yes.
So we're bringing you back to talk about Great Value Awards, but specifically with health and wellness.
Health and wellness, exactly.
So good. Okay, so the first product is the pasta.
Red lentil penne. So our reader testers absolutely love this. So it's $3. It's available in supermarkets nationwide. And they loved it mainly because it has one ingredient, which is red lentil flour.
Yeah.
The thing they like the most is that it cooks up super firm, almost al dente, like a regular pasta. A lot of these alternative pastas end up very mushy and you just don't want to eat them. So great taste, great texture, lots of, health benefits.
Yes,
so great for your family.
Good. And so easy. We talk about pasta a lot on the show because it's just like a quick dinner.
Sure.
And moms are looking for those fast dinners.
Exactly.
So it's a great option, you guys. Okay, next, these are adorable.
Aren't these wonderful?
Yes.
Our reader testers love these pretty tins. So these are first aid kits from Welly, and they retail for $4.99 to $7.99, and they're sold at Target.
Okay.
So as you know, as the mother of two, that your kids are always getting into little scrapes and little accidents.
Yes.
So having one of these in your purse is a lifesaver, and it has pretty much everything you're going to need, from tweezers to all sorts of bandages.
Cute Band-Aids.
Yeah, and I think I know exactly. Your kid is going to want to put that on, right?
Yes. So fun.
um,
It's so funny. My girls are so dramatic, and like if they fall and they're not bleeding, they still want a Band-Aid, and suddenly everything's better. So you have convenience right there.
Right. It's a fashion statement.
That's right. Okay, I've tried these.
These are really, really amazing.
Delicious,
So
yes.
I don't know about you, but every day at about 3:30, I have a craving for salt, and I immediately reach for the potato chips. Not exactly the healthiest move, but I've been trying these instead. So these are roasted chickpeas, sriracha flavor, sea salt, and my favorite, which is the dark chocolate.
Yes.
So they retail for $3. Super great price point. They're really delicious.
Yes. Okay, Method.
Method.
I love Method.
Method. So I'm sure that you use their dishwash soap or maybe their
I
hand
do.
soap. So you may not know that Method also has a line of bath products called Method Body. So these retail from $4.99 to $7.99, also available in Target.
Okay.
And what our reader testers really liked about them was that they all have naturally derived ingredients. So you've got like cucumber and seaweed and rose water and things that are just really refreshing and revitalizing.
So good.
The other thing they really liked was the packaging. This is made from recycled plastic and paper. And if you're trying to teach kids about sustainability or about going green, I think this is a great way to go.
So easy to
great
enter that
product
conversation.
line.
Good. All right, the love language of all moms across America, yoga pants.
Yoga pants.
Can't fit into those right now, but
Right.
again, one day it'll happen. Okay, so brand
yoga
is-
pants. Yoga pants are every woman's holy grail to find a pair of yoga pants that actually fit, that don't slip down, that are comfortable.
Yes.
It's just amazing, and we believe we found them. So these are CALIA. This is Carrie Underwood's line. So our readers testers, they really like the fabric. The fabric it's thick, so it kind of cinches you in a little bit, but it's very breathable. So they could really move in these pants. They don't slip.
Yes.
They also have, I can take that.
Yeah.
They also have this really nice wide band right here, which is nice for a little tummy taming.
Yep.
And my favorite, they have pockets.
No
right
way.
here.
Seriously.
I think a good pocket makes everything better.
On yoga pants.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
So these retail for $70, which seems a little bit pricey, but really, really worth it. That's what makes these great value. And they're available nationwide.
Okay, it's so good. I know. Even though the price point's a little bit more, I feel like there's always pieces in our closets that you can invest. I call them my investment pieces.
Right.
And it's the things you wear all the time and you may not have a ton of, but you could invest in 1 or 2 pair of these and they're gonna last you a long time because it's good quality.
I don't think you'll take them off.
Yeah, right. Sleep in it, do everything with it.
Right.
So great. Okay, these are such great value awards and it's stuff that obviously helps with health and wellness.
Absolutely.
And make great choices. So we love that. Okay, guys, so you can find all these products in the September issue of Women's Day that is on stands now or womensday.com, or you can click the link in the show notes to get all the information on these products. Susan, thanks for coming back on.
Thank you so
Seriously,
much.
It's so great.
Thank you.
This was such a fun episode. See, you guys, you can love trends, but still be wise with your money. Now, it seems like it's always a trend to spend money. So I've created a challenge for you, and I'm calling it the She Works Hard Saving Money Challenge. This challenge is all about not spending money. So for 15 days, I'm challenging you to pause your spending on non-essential items. So for this challenge, you can spend your money on things like food, rent or your mortgage, transportation, debt, or prior commitments, but you can't spend your money on things like clothes, eating out, movies, coffee, haircuts, kids' activities. So click the link in the show notes to get started, and I can't wait to hear what you guys think about it. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this episode. If you've not yet, make sure to subscribe to my podcast where you get some really fun bonus material, and subscribe to this YouTube channel if you haven't already. And as always, be sure to take control of your money and create a life you love.